prayer. Almighty God, you have blessed us with memory, reason, and skill. Help us use this wisely in our town government. We ask this in your holy name. Amen. Salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would like to open the meeting up to the public. Anyone from the public wish to speak?
Nobody else does. I'd like to. I'd respectfully request that the board could take another look at the new law that just went into effect on March 17th on subdivisions. I'm going to be giving my son an acre of land, a corner lot right by the road, and I found out that even though that land's been in my family for 3 generations, that I don't really own it. I have to get permission to give him the land. I've got to pay a $35 fee to get that permission, and I've got to pay to get that acre of land surveyed. I think, subdivision law is nice when you've got some contractor coming in and putting in a whole bunch of new construction, but I think this town has gone 216 years without anybody having to give permission to give their son an acre of land, and it's possible that when you guys approved it, you probably didn't realize how restrictive it is. I checked with Rodney Brown at the county planning department. He gave me a whole bunch of reasons for subdivisions, but none of them apply to this type of a situation. And he was a little surprised when I told him the amount of the fee and the fact that it has to be surveyed in order to pass this land on. If it's possible to revisit that, I think I know it's possible to revisit it, and I asked that the board do it and look at this, because I know John Paul's a farmer, Larry Barcombe's a farmer. A lot of you have property, and to be told that you can't pass it on to your son without getting permission and paying a fee and going through the expense of a survey is kind of restrictive. This is not the Soviet Union. This is the United States, where we're supposed to own that land. So, could the board take another look at that and look at some of the situations that probably don't need to be quite that restricted?
Mike knows, and Julie knows it better than I do, and Mike can give you some reasons why we have some of that stuff in there. Mike?
We spent almost a year and a half with the town attorney and Mr. Renane discussing subdivision and what we needed. We had many plans that we looked at. Carl was very instrumental in drawing up what we got with Mr. Renane, and based on what he gave us, that was the best plan that we could come up with. And we talked about this. What you're referring to there is what's called a minor subdivision. It's less than 5 lots. And there are many reasons for the survey. Number one is the problems that we're having with people buying chunks of land that don't belong to them. They're not surveyed, or they're not marked out properly. Julie and I work with this day in, day out. People buying lots that aren't of the proper size they're supposed to be because the surveys aren't there. The $35 fee, I think that's cheap compared for the amount of work we have to put into getting this stuff ready for the planning board to review. There's tons of paperwork that have to be done. It has to be filed, mailings have to go out, public hearings have to be held. I know it takes time to transfer a piece of property, but without that, there's no control over what's being sold or how it's being sold.
I think a family transfer should deserve some special recognition here. We're not talking.
That's an opinion.
We're not talking a big commercial enterprise here. We're talking something that's been in the family for 3 generations, going on to the next generation.
Right.
And I think if we're America, that's kind of un-American. I just think that.
I'm not saying the plan we have is the best, but right now it's the starting point that we have, and until we get started with it with the planning board and work through some of the bugs, the problems, the concerns,
Well, I think this is
I
above.
mean, I don't think we should just throw it out the window.
I'm not saying throw it out, but I'm saying adjust it, and this is an area that needs to be adjusted. You know,
It's a concern that we can, I mean, we're gonna be having a meeting here within the next month or so, and it's definitely a concern. I myself, my parents are going through the same thing, and they've owned, like you, they've owned this piece of land for how many generations now. They wanna deed themselves a piece of land, and, you know, I'm explaining them the process, and I'm getting just what you're telling me, and I'm not disagreeing, but it's a starting point, and it's probably worth looking into, like you say.
I think it should be revisited, and I think it should be fine-tuned. You know, I did a show for cable a year ago with Mark Allen from Lee Custom Homes, and he goes in and he deals with the town, and he puts in a road and whatever is necessary. That's, to me, a subdivision. Somebody giving an acre of land for $1 to his son is not a subdivision. I don't, you know, we've gone 216 years without a problem, and I think we could go a long this time into the future without this being a problem.
It's an opinion, and I'm sure it'll be, you know, we'll express it at the meeting and see how the board feels. That's all I can say.
Nothing, Saker? No.
It's a good, I'm glad you brought it up though. It's, like Mike said, there's gonna be bugs in it. And, like he also said, we went on the advice of the attorney, you know, and with everything that was brought out, that was the best thing, but that's not saying that it's all gonna work.
Right.
So, I appreciate.
I'm not
bringing that up.
saying throw it out, the whole
Yeah,
thing out.
no,
I'm just
I
saying,
understand that, and it's a good point. And it won't go, without being visited again like you asked for, so.
I also think the town has a say in this here, and you can't just, you know, if they agree, don't agree, the town should have some input on this too. You know, you're the ones we elected, you know, these guys are appointed and they serve at that high price of nothing, so, you know, I'm not complaining about them, but I think the town is the one that should answer to us, and,
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll look at it.
okay, thank you.
Anything else, John? Anybody else? You want a meeting? Julie has something.
Recently, Patricia Ayer and I nominated Ralph Gilpin for Municipal Clerk's Honor Roll for 2004 for appreciation of outstanding and dedicated service he has accepted. He has been accepted of many nominations across the United States for the month of May. Our town clerk, Ralph Gilpin, is the town of Champlain's most valuable asset. He has spent his life helping people beyond his role as town clerk. The town of Champlain is in the northeast corner of the New York State, a crossroad to Canada and Vermont, and borders Lake Champlain. Ralph acts as our town host and chief tour guide, cheerfully answering the numerous questions of local people and travelers. He always has time for the people he serves, taking an interest in their lives, and is responsible for many people locating to our area because of his friendliness. Ralph has been in public service for 42 years, 30 years as town clerk and 12 years as tax assessor. Even though he's 70-plus years young, he has kept his clerk office efficient and up to date. He learned to operate a personal computer when they became available. He has implemented software for marriage and dog licenses, a software laserfish document, a retrieval computer program for town records, and willingly embraced the new New York State DEC hunting license program with its many bugs. Ralph has lived most of his life here, and his knowledge of local events is so valuable from times when things were done with a handshake and the records do not exist. Ralph accomplishes his job with much pleasure and enthusiasm. He's very knowledgeable and helpful in his work. He takes outstanding pride and dedication to his work and is a great asset to the town. Ralph will take that extra step in helping you in any way he can. As a resident and employee of the town of Champlain, we nominate Ralph Gilpin to the Municipal Clerk's Honor Roll and hope he will serve the community for many more years. At this time, I'd like to present this award to Ralph Gilpin and welcome him back.
Thank you very much. I know that hadn't been through in Pat, it wouldn't have happened. But anyhow, I very much appreciate it and very honored to receive Thank you.
No raise this year, just let you. We're looking for approval of the minutes of the meeting. Is there anything to be changed or added to the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for last meeting.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Approval? John? Brett? Bruce? Aye. Larry?
Yes.
Jules?
Aye.
I have a letter from Friends of the North Country. They're gonna have a meeting here on June 7th, pre-disaster and hazardous negotiations. And it's gonna be at 6 o'clock on the 7th, June 7th. The next one you have in there is, this is a letter that Julie Mike sent out with taxes. And it tells about the subdivision and other zoning problems in the town that we need. Next you have is a letter that we sent to county clerk. It's on how he's going to handle our subdivisions and the records. Next is from Trident Insurance and a review of the insurance coverage. And Jules, will you and Red look into this one? This is, remember you guys did it before a couple of years ago on equipment and that stuff? And they're wanting to renew the policy and raising the price of it.
Just on all equipment.
Yeah.
Okay, we do this with John Paul and Alan.
Yep.
Didn't say we had to have it done there.
August.
Tomorrow?
It's Thursday, August.
Yeah, it expires the end of August.
Okay.
VFW Post 1418 is having a buddy poppy, and they're looking for a resolution for the week of May 10th through May 15th as Buddy Poppy Week. Have a motion on this?
I make a motion of the VFW Post 1418 for 10th to 15th of May for poppies. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next is it's a new water and sewer rate in the village of Champlain. At the bottom of it, you see where they've gone up. 60 cents on 1,000 gallons of water and no, ours didn't go down. It was down and up.
So,
Sewer and water, but sewer went up almost $2. Let's see, the next thing I have is a code enforcement report from Mike Tatro. Parks and Recreation. I'm looking for grants. Yeah, do you want to take this one? Not looking for grants for that park?
Yeah.
You and Larry on that together, right?
No, John Paul.
Okay, James, you want to do that resolution, the tax collector, and, yep.
The town of Champlain wishes to terminate the role of tax collector and have said position merged with town clerk position. Section 36 of town law authorizes the abolition of the tax collector roll by resolution of town board within 150 days of biannual town election. Same is to take effect as the expiration date of office on which incoming was elected, which is which is December 31st, 2005. As a result of the tax collector's office being abolished, the town clerk shall herefore become receiver of taxes. That presumes to Section 36 of the town law. The office of tax collector is hereby abolished as of December 31st, 2005.
Okay, I need a motion on that.
I make the motion.
Dirk makes a motion. Have a second.
I'll second it.
Roll call vote. John Paul?
Yes.
Clifford?
Aye.
Larry?
Yes.
Jules?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Okay, one other thing I have is the cafeteria plan. What we'd like to do is allow the employees to designate a certain amount of money each month deducted from their payroll, used towards medical expenses, and they take this out before taxes. And we hang on to the money, and then anything they spend it on for medical, we reimburse them for it. Jane, we ever get paperwork from Plattsburgh?
Not yet. I'll call tomorrow.
Plattsburgh is doing it, town of Plattsburgh, it's working out well for them.
The school does it here too. The
Pardon?
school does it up here too.
Do they? How much do you take out of your, just decide whatever you want to take out?
There is a downside to it for the employee. I don't know if they're aware of it or not. If they do not use what they take out, by the end of the year, they lose it.
Right.
I hope our employees know that.
Yes, they will if they, certainly give them the details if they're interested in it. I want to get a packet together, give them, some of them, right now their deduction that they have for their medical insurance is in a cafeteria plan, but it's restricted only to that. This here will allow other medical expenses to be part of that.
Do we handle the paperwork there? Do you handle the actual money? Because most school districts do not.
Well, like I say, right now, the only thing that is eligible is the contribution toward their health insurance. So that is deducted out of the
Yes.
check at the time the checks are made and held in an account.
The cafeteria plan for unreimbursed medical expenses. There is usually a firm out of Schenectady that the school district uses, and I know of, okay? Basically, we send them the money every week or every month, whatever, and they handle it. With the employee, we do not handle that. I don't know how this is set up.
Right now, because it's only been restricted to the medical insurance, it's a very no-brainer, really.
The way I take it, the town of Plattsburgh handles their own money.
Maybe
I mean,
it's,
if we have to hire a firm out of Syracuse, it's gonna cost the employee probably more money than what it's gonna be worth. You know what I mean? They handle that
you
money.
can't charge the employee for the administrative cost, I don't believe.
No. It's like $30 an employee per month. If it's an expanded plan, like sometimes they allow for daycare center, daycare or...
They do handle for childcare and all
Yes.
that. There's 4 or 5 things they can put money aside for.
Right. Dental, I mean, it can be, very, very time consuming. But right now, the town board is just looking into just medical expenses. Prescriptions, co-pays, things like this. They would
Unreimbursed medical expenses, that is what it's called. They have to be careful, because if they put more money in there than
That's right.
they use,
Mm-hmm.
the law says they cannot get it back from that town.
Correct.
Who keeps the money?
Town.
But it's
School district,
extracted
whoever.
from their check and we hold it. They present bills at the end of the month and they are refunded as long as the bills are legitimate.
Is there an amount on those bills?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we have to keep track of it.
No, but is there, get your box of cough drops?
They, I'm sure, have to submit like a sales receipt or some kind of
Is there a
document,
limit, is there a limit on it?
As
depending
long
on
as they don't
the
use
amount they...
any more money than what they put in.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, gonna go for a dollar deal and
My wife belongs to one, any amount.
I don't know what I mean, if she has somebody goes in for $1, are they gonna come in and collect $1? Is there an amount there set?
Well, we haven't fine-tuned it yet.
Oh, okay.
There is a savings to the town, and it would be the social security portion of the money that they designate as the amount they want extracted. It'd be that savings to the town.
There is also a downside as far as the social security that the employee's paying.
That's right. It's not-
For instance, if they put aside $1,000 or $2,000 a year, it lowers their social security taxable income.
That's
It
correct.
would lower their social security way down the road.
So we hope to have all the information for the employees so they can make the decision whether or not they want to join or not. We've had a couple employees that were interested in it because they have real expensive health issues and they would like to see this implemented.
Make a motion on that?
To approve it or to
Yeah.
investigate and see if we should have it?
No, whatever.
We do have it already,
You have it already for the health
just the
insurance?
health insurance deduction. We just want to expand it.
I
You have it already, we need a motion for it.
to expand it to unreimbursed medical expenses, I believe, is what you want.
The motion, then, it's the year's over with.
I'd make a motion that we allow our employees to set aside money for unreimbursed medical expenses.
If they want it.
Well, certainly if they want it.
Forced on them, it's a voluntary.
It's a voluntary, I just hope they realize that they put more money in there than they use, they don't, the law says they cannot get it back.
I agree.
I no problem with
Is that
that.
a motion?
That's a form of a motion, yes.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Okay, next is code enforcement, code and zoning officer, Mike.
The only thing this month is, it's been cleanup month. I sent out quite a few letters regarding junk and garbage. Like to remind everybody that it's springtime and like to clean it up. Checked around with the people that deal in scrap metal. The price of metal is way up. They're looking for all kinds of abandoned cars, anything with a lot of weight. So we're trying to push the cleanup issue. Other than that, a lot of building permits are coming in, and I'd like to say that if anybody is going to build and they think they may be needing variances from the zoning board, it's a minimum of 60 days from start to finish, so not wait too long before you apply if you need variances or anything with the zoning board. And again, the subdivision law is law now. Any piece of land that is subdivided off a piece of land needs planning board approval at this time. And that's all I have.
What about the cars?
Oh, the junk cars that we have out here? Okay, I give you a memo. The 3 junk cars that the town acquired here through the court system have been deemed not worth repairing. Got the ID numbers on them and what they are: Plymouth Grand Voyager, a Saturn, and a Chevrolet Cavalier. I guess you want to put that out for bid. Is that what you want to do?
Yep. Get rid of them.
I had a gentleman from Vermont that called that he's interested in them, but Capco's interested in them, J&R Salvage, and anyone else. So I guess the town's going to put them up for bid to the highest bidder.
Let's do it as 3 bids, individually.
3 separate bids?
Yep.
Okay.
Where is as is?
Pardon?
Where is as is?
Exactly.
You gotta go for junk. You can't be re-registered.
Can't be re-registered.
Okay.
Those are abandoned vehicles that the troopers have had towed here, and they've been here, we've had them 2 or 3 years.
Need a motion on that?
Yeah, okay. Somebody wanna make a motion? We have a date around to open the bids, right? Be next meeting, okay? Do we need a motion on this?
Yeah,
I make a motion that we get rid of these cars,
Have a
get a
second?
bid process.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Yes, I got this one. Dennis Richards, application for a junkyard business. We have to have a hearing on this. We sent this to zoning, and they sent it back to us that they think it's okay. So we have to have a hearing on this. And we'll have the hearing next month. At what time? 7:15?
1:15, okay.
Right?
That's fine,
Bruce, are you having a special meeting between now and then for some other public hearing? I thought you were gonna do these all that one night.
Okay, we get that. Well, one thing changed. We can do that. We can have a special meeting. We just have to advertise it.
huh? What about this one?
Yeah, okay, that's the one I was thinking having a special meeting on. And we can do the other two, the junk.
You have to have a public hearing on this, don't you?
Yeah. That's a moratorium
Moratorium, yeah.
for solid waste and byproducts. So we want to pass that moratorium. Can we have a special meeting,
Oh, public hearing,
a public hearing? I mean, towards the end of the month?
anytime you want. We'll advertise it. Public hearing and a meeting the same night. And the meeting and have the public hearing at that same meeting as well.
Okay. I see. Okay. We'll have it the night of the meeting.
Okay,
Okay. And we'll do the whole three of them.
all three of them.
Okay. We'll do the whole three of them.
Pick a night.
20, Fred, what's the second to the last Friday of the month? Or last Friday of the month,
28.
28? 28 give you enough time?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We'll open the bids on the junk cars.
Junk cars and
So,
junk,
for Dennis Richards having a junkyard. business,
junkyard
And
and
this
this and here.
moratorium on sludge waste.
Yeah, we'll have that before you have the meeting. We're gonna have the meeting and the moratorium before you have the,
What do you suggest?
well, you have the public hearing first, that's what it is.
Then have the meeting?
And you can decide whether to vote for it afterwards.
Okay. Have it at 7, we don't have to have that one at night, though. We can have that during the day, couldn't we?
Anytime you want.
You want to have that Friday, like at 1 o'clock?
What day?
29th,
28,
28th, at 1 o'clock?
is there a, it's only 17 days away, is there a time frame for
We'll
starting?
have 5 to 10 days for the public hearing, but we'll get it out tomorrow.
Okay,
We'll get it in the paper and then, as long as you,
1 o'clock,
1 o'clock,
On 28th?
yeah.
28 to 1 o'clock. Special meeting and public hearing.
Okay, building committee.
I got another report on this.
Got a letter to you here.
It seems we had quite a few questions here a couple of meetings ago, and one of them probably wasn't answered correctly here. It had to do with the Office of Assessment. It seems there was quite a discrepancy of the salary of the assessor. The state has given us $15,175 to do some of the work on these parcels. The STAR program gives us $2,447.20, which is a total of $17,622.20 that goes to her salary, for anybody that wants to know this. And probably clear up some of the questions at that time.
Okay. Got it on that? Building committee, Clifford and Larry.
I don't have any.
No, nothing to report. One question on building committee, what seems to be the problem here, that job that's supposed to be done in the garage? I was asking about that the other day, and I told I was not involved in this, but supposed to have that concrete floor in there in the month of April, or in the month of May now. Everybody been working on it?
Well, it's okay, we're gonna go with
What?
the whole, we're either gonna go with the whole thing or nothing.
Well, that should have been brought to the meeting, so we know about it.
Well, we can bring it up to the next meeting, we'll have the guy, we can even put the bids out if you want. It's all drew up. The plans are all drew up, we can put it out for a bid if you want it.
I'm just asking, because somebody's asking me, how come the work's not getting done? And I wanna know. I was asking about it, so I'll find out.
I'll bring it up next meeting.
No, we can put it out
You,
now.
the town employees do most of the work, but now they're gonna be out in the field working.
Let's take a look at it the next few days. I have not personally looked at that far. I did not realize it was a timetable of April. I'll admit that. It might have been an oversight on my part. We need to take a look at it and determine if it all needs to be done or partial or. Anyway,
It's gonna be quite a project for your inside job, I think. We can look at it whenever you want it, just let me know.
We gotta do something on that floor. You guys are working
We've
on
been talking about it for 2-3 years, I mean, it's almost time, isn't it? We gotta go in here since last fall, and here we are. I'm out of that committee anyway, so.
it will be looked at within the next week or so.
Okay, you guys will come back to us next month?
Well, we'll come back to 28.
Okay.
No problem there.
Great. Grants Committee, John Paul and Larry?
I haven't,
I haven't seen that. Are we gonna do anything with, get these engineers to check this out?
This is what do you guys think?
water and sewer.
Huh?
The water and sewer, you mean Bernie Carr, the engineering firm? We do have a proposal from them.
Yep.
I believe it's a $3,000 contract, am I correct?
Yep. I gave you the paperwork, and, this is what they sent back to us.
Yeah. I think they're looking at possible extensions of some water and sewer districts and the possible costs involved. I think it should be approved. I mean,
Have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we execute the contract with Bernie Carr. I believe it's, I don't want to believe, I want to know for a fact. I don't have the contract in front of me. I think it's $3,000, isn't it?
I think so.
For, it's a is it called a feasibility study?
Yep.
I make that motion.
I'll second it.
John?
Aye.
Red?
Alright.
Larry?
Yes.
Jules?
All right.
I vote yes. Okay, Board of Assessment and Review, John?
I have a letter from Pat Ayers. It says May 25th is a grievance day, and it says she's very busy. Monday morning she come in, she had 41 calls on her machine, and anybody wants file with paper, she got somebody outside her office door, she want to take them off.
Okay. Anything else?
File for appointment.
That's all I got.
Did you get that letter from Randy Lamberton resigning from the zoning board?
Yes.
And we've got a memo from Carl Shank. Carl would like to go to the planning board. Okay, I guess that's it. Highway committee.
Do we have to vote on that, or?
There's a bunch of them. Should we vote on them now?
Yeah, you got quite a few on that. Start with, you want to take care of that right now?
We have a recommending following Jim Saville, Julie Hinckley, Rob, I'll spell that in Wolston. So, then on the planning board is Rainey Verrier, Doug Agor for alternate.
Have a motion on, we approve these people?
I'll make a motion, we approve them.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Is that gonna fill all the vacancies now?
I believe so.
Carl going to Monday, that's your name, right?
Yes.
Fills them all.
Fills everybody? All the vacancies?
Yep,
Yep.
on both.
Both boards?
Carl's transferred to?
No, you're gonna need one more for the, you're gonna need one more person on zoning.
one more for zoning. We take,
Randy's place.
we can take one of those alternates for a while, right?
If they'll sit on full time, yes.
Okay.
You use one, good. No, I mean, then we'll have the phone.
Yeah, we could use one. Okay, Highway Committee, Jules and John Paul.
I've been talking with Alan. Alan's been getting some prices on the blacktop. And I wanna get together with him either sometime this week to, we know exactly what the cost gonna be here. We've got enough prices already to, and if you and him and I will go and know exactly where the footage is gonna be on the roads. So we'll have that for the next meeting. Because we'd like to do this work in the last part of July, right?
Yeah.
So we'll have it on top, exactly the footage. Gonna come sometime this week or,
Better next week for me, I think.
let me know.
Okay, I'll give you a call.
And I can do it every day but Tuesday.
Okay, they did, but Tuesday, okay.
Anything else?
No, he's got the rest of it.
He's gonna do the one on the 410s?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Water and Sewer Committee, John Paul and Larry? We already.
Already done that.
Okay.
Approve that contract.
Landfill, Jules and John Paul.
You been up there, that's all done?
It's all done.
Good. You haven't seen a DC up here?
Nope.
They'll give us a letter to go. Good, thank you, he's got that all done.
Ralph?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to tell you that General Code, salesman for General Code sent me a basket with goodies in it, sitting on my counter, and nobody wants to see it.
Anything else?
You know what I mean, Joe?
Before I go down, I got one more thing. We received a check today for $49,151.04. This is the town's portion of the mortgage tax distribution for the period of October 1st, 2003 to March 31st, 2004. Okay, Highway Superintendent, Alan?
Well, the board approved that we had a 10-hour days, 4 days a week. And I put in 533 feet of box guardrail on Elm Street and 581 on Prospect Street. I was able to save the town $3,018 because we did a lot of work ourselves, and I shopped around for rails. And I removed 4 60-foot trees, willow trees on the McBride Road, which took us almost a week, removed clean. And right now we're working on the Rapid Road, ditching and trying to get it ready as soon as we can for the paving. Then we got our shoulder machine we purchased last month. Well, we got it pretty much going. We'll have it going by the end of the week or the beginning of next. And then I would like to ask the town board if I could get the 7th and 8th and 6th, 7th, and 8th of next month to go to superintendent seminars in Ithaca.
Make a motion to give them to 6, 7, and 8.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's June?
Yeah.
What about the 410s?
Well, I already said it, we got it. Seems to be working. It's on our second week.
Okay, we have to have a, we have to vote on this.
You have to vote on that?
Right now, Alan's having the men work 4 days a week, 10 hours a day. It seems to be working out good. He put it up to a vote to the employees, and the majority voted for it, so we need a resolution on this. We need a motion.
A motion?
Yeah.
I make a motion that we go on with this 10-hour day, 40 hours a week.
Second.
All in favor?
Question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it just for the summer months, is this,
Yep.
Yep.
just, okay?
It seems like they're getting more work done.
A lot of them, most of the towns do that.
Summer months,
Yeah.
yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ralph, do you need the expenses in there for Alan?
I told her, yeah.
Now we go back to the public. Anyone from the public?
Just a question, I'm a little confused on that special meeting on the 28th, what exactly your
We're gonna do three
public
things.
hearings are, and
We're gonna
I
do
don't-
three things.
and last time I said this, I was wrong, but I want to say it
Okay.
again, I don't know if there was a motion on that. I'm not sure there was, maybe Julie would know, but I don't think there was. I think it was just kind of a consensus, but I was wrong last time, so I'm gonna, I'm not gonna say it wasn't.
Do you wanna know what they are?
Yeah,
Okay, it's to sell those three vehicles.
uh-huh,
It's for the moratorium for the solid waste.
that's like the problems they're having in mowers and Shazy and Beatontown.
And Dennis Richards having a junkyard.
Junkyard. Yeah,
And
it just,
public hearing.
Three public hearings.
in a special meeting,
And a special meeting.
yeah, and a special meeting, right, yeah.
Jules made the motion on the, putting the cars out for bid. John Paul seconded. I don't think anybody after
Did the other
actually
two?
did the other two. They should just want to include them in all of them.
Either that or I don't care, you wanna make, so then
I
we'll
make a motion that we have a meeting the 28th for Dennis Richards' junkyard and for the auditorium with the sludge.
Have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
That's what, May 28th at 1 o'clock?
Yes.
Nobody from the pub? Carl?
I have a question going back to something that Alan was talking about, and that was the rapid road there. What exactly are you doing on that road? Are you totally reconstructing that road?
We're gonna repave it.
Okay.
Now we're ditching it, putting the culverts where they belong, lowering them, then we're gonna repave it.
Are you doing anything special down around, on that bend down there by Bayshard's Farm Equipment at all?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
oh, yeah.
So that's gonna be a total resurface?
Yeah.
Are you taking anything out, or you're just going right over what you got there?
Oh, we're gonna take some out, oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
We had a problem with that road last year, when it was cracking in the middle and sliding into the river. So you've been working on it since last fall.
There's been 2 underlay pipes put in there to collect the water. What happened is, over the years, water would build up and the road would slide down. So they put gravel, repave it, and there's 9 layers of blacktop in there. And what was happening, the water was getting between them and allowing it to slide back. Hopefully it's stabilized there now.
Anyone else? Okay. Post audit bills? Any motion on this?
I make a motion to pay both sides bills.
Have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, John?
Aye.
Red?
Aye.
Larry?
Aye.
Jules? Aye. Approval of monthly bills.
Extra.
One extra.
It's from Novatech for $750.
A motion to approve these, approve the monthly bills.
I make a motion we pay the monthly bill.
Second?
Is that going?
Roll call, or discussion? Roll call, Larry,
Yes.
Red,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Jules,
Staying.
and myself. Yes. Well, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Abstain.
Make a motion we adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.